Hey guys, Jonathan here, aka MiniSuperHeroesToday, and today we're taking a look at Spider-Man 2 and how to make every character from the movie using 100% official LEGO parts and pieces. I remember playing with the original Spider-Man sets back in 2004 when I was a kid and this movie came out, and over the last 20 years there have been many new LEGO pieces added that we can use to build the characters as accurately as possible, so in today's video that's exactly what we're going to do. If you missed my last video, I updated the figures from the first Spider-Man, and pretty soon I'll be doing it for Spider-Man 3, so hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into today's video. If you haven't ever heard it, you should check out my song The Girl Next Door. I wrote it inspired by the old Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, and I shot the music video in New York City at all the places they shot the original movies, so if you love these movies and you want to hear a great song by your favorite LEGO YouTuber, go check that out. Alright, now let's get into the video. Alright, so as you guys know, I like to do these in chronological order as best as possible, so the movie starts off with Peter Parker and Mr. Aziz on Peter's pizza delivery trip, so this was a lot of fun to make. For Mr. Aziz, I used the head from Dr. Wu from Jurassic World with Finn's hair and some short-sleeved arms here from the German soccer CMF series with a white torso, some dark blue legs for jeans, and a pizza slice for his accessory. And for Peter Parker, I used the original Peter Parker Spider-Man 2 torso from 2004, and if you look, there's actually like a big cut or like mark on the torso, and that's because this is mine from 2004. This is the one I've had literally my entire life, and I always think it's cool to add it in here because, like I said, I've had it all these years, and even though, you know, it's got some wear on it, that's because I played with this a lot as a kid. Anyways, we've got the same hands and legs on that with the Marty McFly head from LEGO Dimensions and Back to the Future with a red bicycle helmet, which came in a CMF series a while back, as well as a pizza box to complete the series. Alright, while Peter's delivering the pizzas, he does suit up as Spider-Man to speed up his delivery time, and this is the original Spider-Man from 2004 with some dual-molded legs added on the bottom that have red boots with dark blue legs. I do think that this is a really nice addition, but I do want to throw out there that as of this video coming out, we do have the Spider-Man No Way Home Final Battle, where we do get another version of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I will always think that the original is superior, but it's a pretty expensive minifig, and you can get this one in stores right now, so I do want to suggest that if you can't afford the original one for just one minifig on its own, I do recommend picking up that Spider-Man No Way Home set to get this figure here. After Peter Parker's worst day ever, he heads home to see Aunt May has thrown him a surprise birthday party, and of course Harry Osborn is there as well. For Harry, I used the torso and legs from Jerry Seinfeld, although this torso also came in the Avengers Tower set on Selvig. The head comes from Ron from Harry Potter, with this hair here, which came on Captain America, Star-Lord, and many others. Now, I could see some people suggesting to use a darker brown shade, and I could go either way. I just ultimately went with this because I do think it matches the eyebrows pretty well, and it's a pretty common piece. For Aunt May, we're using the legs and torso from the original Aunt May back in 2004, with the head from Professor Sprout from Harry Potter, as well as this white hair, which has come in several places, but I think it works really well for Aunt May's look in the movie. For Dr. Connors, this one was pretty fun to make. I used the flat-top brown hair with the head from Alan Grant from Jurassic World. The torso comes from Professor Lupin from Harry Potter, with one hand removed, of course, for movie accuracy. And the legs, which I really like because it adds that trench coat look, come from Fred Weasley from the Harry Potter CMF Series 2. Alright, so this time around I decided to make everybody from J. Jonah Jameson's office. For Betty Brant, we used this kind of like haircut here with the short hair on the sides and the bangs, which has come in a lot of places like Indiana Jones and City. You could also use this piece in dark brown if you have it, but I kind of liked it in black for this go around, although her hair is a very dark brown in the movie. The head is a pretty common head that's been used on lots of females over the years. The last one I can think of is Rachel from the Friends TV series, but it's been used in a lot of places like Agent 13, literally tons. Then the torso and legs come from the Lego Women of NASA set with the short-sleeved arms from Ethan Hunt from LEGO Dimensions. For Jonah Jameson, we've got the Jameson torso, legs, and head from the Daily Bugle set. Sorry, it's late while I'm recording this. We've got the flat top black hair here, which hasn't come in LEGO sets for quite some time, but was relatively common back in the day. And we've got some printed arms from Grip Hook from Harry Potter, the CMF Series 2, with the original 2004 Doc Ock still at large newspaper piece there. For Robbie Robertson, we've got some pushed back gray hair with the head from Kingsley from Harry Potter, the torso from Ross from Friends, matching hands, and brown pants. Then for Hoffman, who is played by Sam Raimi's brother, we've got some black regular hair here with the head from one of the Jurassic World scientists, as well as Detroit Steel from Marvel, the torso from Agent Coulson from Marvel, and some black legs. For Otto, Octavius, and Rosie, I went ahead and made Otto before he actually becomes Dr. Octopus. The hair here comes from Han Solo, with this head, which I also think was used on Han Solo at one point, but I'm actually not sure exactly where that head's from. I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments. Anyways, this torso comes from Kevin from Home Alone with some dark brown legs. And for Rosie, I used the torso and legs from Claire Dearing from Jurassic World, with the head from Arwen from Lord of the Rings, and this brown hair with the parted bangs and a ponytail in the back. I think both of these turned out really well, although now it's starting to bother me where that head's from, and I just now realized it's actually from Ethan Hunt from LEGO Dimensions. So there you go. Solved my own problem. Now that brings us to Doc Ock's Fusion Lab, which was the name of a set from back in 2004, and of course, the minifig that came in that is literally perfect. Now I'm going to show you some alternate hair options for Doc Ock here in just a moment, but I do think that this figure from 2004 is literally perfect 20 years later. In Spider-Man 1 and 2, the Stan Lee cameos are literally blink and you miss it moments, so rather than make Stan Lee, I'm actually making Bruce Campbell's cameos. Although Stan Lee's in Spider-Man 3, so stay tuned for that, because I will make him there. Anyways, to build him as the lobby usher from the theater where Mary Jane's play is, I used the head from Bruce Wayne from the LEGO Batman movie with some common black hair, and the torso from Gustave Eiffel as well as Cedric Diggory from Harry Potter, so that you get that nice black bow tie with some white arms to tie the look together. Alright, now it brings us to the man of the hour, Dr. Octopus, and there's a lot going on here, so let's go ahead and start with the tentacle upgrade. Now, years and years ago, Lego Maker 98 over on Instagram came up with this awesome idea to use the Ninjago arrow blade pieces to be able to expand the claws beyond what we got on the original Doc Ock, which, if you remember, looked a little something like this. So being able to do this is pretty amazing, so I'll just take one off so you can see. You've got the arrow blade in the center, then on the top we're going to use these angled horn pieces because the claws are different on the top and bottom in the movie. Then we have a 1x1 red stud, and then one of these pieces here, which I'm not really sure what it's called, but I know you've seen that piece, and you just put that into the tentacle arm like that, and it comes together. Now, at the bank, we very briefly see Doc Ock wearing the fedora hat, which he takes off pretty quickly, but in the LEGO Indiana Jones 2023 sets, we got this new fedora piece, which works perfect. If you don't have that, the hair from Han Solo works pretty well for Doc Ock as well, so I do think that that's a pretty nice upgrade, and if you don't have that, the original Dr. Octopus hair still works pretty great as well. Now, I do want to shout out one more time that there was another version of Dr. Octopus back in the day, which you can see here, he's got a little bit more of a grin. So, depending on which Doc Ock you have, you could really use either one for, your LEGO collecting needs, but I wanted to show you some options here, and I really love this figure all these years later. Okay, so here we've got Peter from when he loses his powers for a bit, and I used some flat brown hair with the head from Egon from Ghostbusters, and the torso from Harry Potter, and some black legs to finish the look. And finally, we have Mary Jane, and the version I went with for her is from the final battle at Doc Ock's Pier. So, to build this, I actually used the legs skirt and flipped around torso from Princess Leia from the Ewok village. I think that works really well for Mary Jane's ripped up dress at the end of the movie. Then the head is the scared head from Pepper Potts from Iron Man 3 with some, red hair here, which you could see, and I think that looks a lot like the movie. So I love the way this turned out. I love the way that all these customs turned out, and let's go ahead and call it a day for this showcase. Alright guys, let me know how you think these customs turned out. This was a lot of fun to put together, and I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for Spider-Man 3 coming up soon.